Welcome back to another episode of Decoded, a Lost Codex Podcast. My name is Jesse, and I'm the writer, director, and narrator for the Lost Codex lore episodes. And today, Isei is back after... Holy moly, Isei, how many episodes has it been? It's been a while.
I don't know, but it has been a while, hasn't it?
You
dumped me.
I did not. You got super busy, and I brought a whole bunch of other guests on. And we didn't do anything without you though. We didn't do the RP episodes. You know how many comments I've gotten recently about like where are the RP episodes?
Oh right, the lore episodes as well.
I'm like they're coming back. They're coming back. Oh, and the lore episodes as well.
You can't do lore episodes without me.
No. It's actually been probably, I'm trying to think here, creating an RP episode. The last one you were on was episode 11.
Wow.
Episode 11, guys.
You've done like more than 10 episodes without me.
It's been a while. But Isei is back. This is your first time on camera, actually, now think about it.
It has! Everybody can see my face now.
Everyone knows you are not actually a Draenei.
I could be.
You could be.
I could be in disguise. It's a very good disguise.
Guys, we are going to be talking about a lot of stuff today. There's not a lot of news to talk about because it's all BlizzCon related.
When he's news, it's all BlizzCon.
It's all BlizzCon. I know I talk about BlizzCon in every single podcast, but I mean...
It's like talking about Christmas.
This podcast is going to be all around BlizzCon. So if you're not going to BlizzCon and you don't care...
on one side, me on the other.
You don't... you might not want to watch this. But if you are going to BlizzCon, this is the podcast. We're going to give you all the hints, tips, things to do, what to check out. And if you're not going to BlizzCon, it's just going to be fun for you to know. Maybe we'll convince you in this episode to join us for the future. So let's just dive right into it, Isei. And yes. What year was your first BlizzCon?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. That was 2016. We did not meet then. Now that
it was literally a year before I turned 30. So if you're still in your like early 20s and you're like, oh, I'm never gonna get to BlizzCon, you will. You may need to wait a little bit. One day you can. Yes.
Honestly. And I say this all the time, save. If it takes you 4 years to save, do it. Do it. It's worth it. It is. There are people in my Discord who are watching this right now, live on Twitch. By the way, if you're listening to this on iTunes or Stitcher and you're thinking, I wanna watch these guys live, join us. We don't have a set day, but it's usually Sunday or Mondays. Keep an eye on our Twitter page, twitter.com/LostCodex, and we announce when we're going live. We have a pre-show and post-show that you don't see here on the YouTube or podcast versions. But to all those in Twitch here, there's a lot of people in chat who are coming to Discord Con, who are coming to BlizzCon
Discord Con,
because they are from our Discord, and we've convinced them. So today, my goal, and Isei's goal, is to convince you to come to BlizzCon.
Come to BlizzCon.
Maybe not this BlizzCon because it's a couple weeks away. I mean, I know people selling tickets, so if you want to,
you can make it. Just let
me know.
On the road.
Just especially if you're West Coast. I mean, plane tickets are super cheap. Southwest Airlines. I'm just saying. Let's start. Where is BlizzCon? You might be wondering, where is BlizzCon held? BlizzCon is held in Anaheim, California, just up the road from Blizzard headquarters in Irvine, California. Almost said Anavine. I don't know what Anavine. Anavine is like Anaheim
it's in between,
and
It's a small little town, Anavine.
Probably. Someone Google that. Is that a thing?
For those who are not familiar with California and or the United States, you probably live out of the country. California Disneyland is the closest thing to the Anaheim Convention Center, to put it in perspective. Because you may not know where the convention center is, but you probably know where Disneyland is. So it's like literally right next door. And
she's not actually joking when she says literally next door.
It is literally
like next
door.
From the convention
center. I thought it
center.
Was a joke. I thought it was like, oh, right next door, right? Just a couple of miles down is right next door for Americans. No, it's literally across the street.
The back of Disneyland touches the side of the convention center.
You could just look at the balcony on BlizzCon and just watch the roller coasters.
You usually can hear the screams and the explosions of the fireworks. It does
sound be a great place to murder somebody.
Right?
I'm just saying.
There's a lot of screams.
It's not a suggestion. I'm just saying.
It's an idea. It's funny because when you're walking around there at night,
if you want to commit a crime.
This podcast is going downhill already. When you're walking by there, you hear the fireworks and you hear the screams, and you're just like, see, I don't know what's going on the other side of that gate. Time. It's the apocalypse starting. Who knows? Please, no. Not when
so much screaming going on.
Not when BlizzCon's happening. All right, so it's happening.
Murder's not endorsed by Lost Codex. We're just saying that right off the bat.
Necromancy is an option, but not endorsed. When is BlizzCon? BlizzCon is always, for the last couple years, been in November. My first BlizzCon was in 2011. It was at the end of October. And I believe there's been one, maybe two, don't quote me, BlizzCons that happened in the summer. That's a bad time to go to California because it's stupid hot.
Maybe that's why they're doing it in November. Because I always wondered why right before Christmas.
Cooler temperatures. It's not peak travel times. Going in the summer to California is peak travel time.
It should be in Northern California, I would think. It would be better.
I mean, I guess.
No, I like Northern California.
It's very nice. It's close to Blizzard. It makes sense. A lot of people say, why is there no East Coast BlizzCon? Why is there no European BlizzCon?
They do. They have it East Coast, like Disneyland, right? Speaking of Disneyland, we have one in Florida and Orlando. Bring that over.
True.
Yeah.
They need to set up a Blizzard headquarters.
And have the West Coast people kind of suffer through what we East Coast people have to go through.
Imagine Europeans.
Once in a while.
Imagine the Europeans.
And Europeans, because that's bad. Because especially me, I'm from Spain, and having to cross the Atlantic to get to the East Coast, and from the East Coast cross all the way to California. That was easily 12, 13 hours, 15 or more, depending on the waiting time. So it was literally spending the entire day in an airport or on an airplane, and that's not fun. So everyone else needs to suffer.
Imagine Jeff, so our resident producer, the co-lord of the Sanctum here. He's flying from Amsterdam. Poor guy. He's actually coming. He's meeting me in San Jose for TwitchCon in a couple weeks, but he's getting there 2 days before I do, because he needs to adjust to the time zone. What a hero.
What a hero.
He was going to arrive the day of, and I said, rethink that. He's like, you know what? Every other year, Jeff arrives a couple days early, because Europeans, if you're going to go to BlizzCon, first of all, if you're going to go to BlizzCon, make a whole trip out of it. You're in California, Disneyland, Hollywood, all that stuff.
Get all your vacation time. Take as much time, especially because of that jet lag. If you are coming from Europe, it is bad. You're going to be up at 4 or 5 o'clock, if not earlier, because by your time, it's 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, but everyone else is sleeping. So you need to adjust yourself a little bit. And so
people will say, how many days should I get there in advance? Honestly, BlizzCon's happens Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Get there Monday.
I would give about 2 or so days in advance, at the least.
I'd say Monday is a perfect time, if not sooner. Because
give yourself 4 days.
4 days. And that's being generous. You know, I know people come from Australia, so no matter where you're coming from, give yourself plenty of time. So it's held in November, and who goes to BlizzCon? You might think like, oh, I'm not really a con person. Neither am I. I don't go to the Comic-Con in my city.
No.
I've been to a fan expo once in Toronto. I mean, I want to go to the Comic-Con in San Diego, but I'm not a con person. So in 2011, I
can't afford cons. That's the thing. If I'm gonna go to one con, it's got to be BlizzCon, because I can't afford cons.
They're expensive. Pay to get in, and then you gotta buy all your merch. No, it's killer. Right. BlizzCon, though, was worth it, and we'll get to there in a second. But I remember my first convention was 2011. I got invited. Blizzard said, "You and Jeff have placed in the movie contest. Here's a free ticket." So Jeff and I looked.
One day I hope to be invited.
Jeff and I looked at each other and said,
"Everything paid for?"
It wasn't paid for. It was just the ticket.
Oh, was it?
No, it was just the ticket, and everything else was covered by me.
That's not an invitation,
right?
That's just a suggestion.
They're like, you're invited.
I was like, hey, you're invited, but you have to
probably
pay for everything. That's not an invitation,
right?
It's like, hey, I'm gonna invite you out for dinner, but you have to pay for your own meal. That's not an invitation.
Jeff actually said to me, he goes, considering it's all the way in the U.S. and you're closer, you can go. So I went, and it was a one-time thing. I was going to BlizzCon.
Oh, they should have paid. They could.
It's BlizzCon. It's Blizzard.
They can afford it.
They can't afford it. Sarcasm.
They can't.
I went in 2011, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to go for the first time. 2011, that's it. I'm never going to go again. I can say I went. That didn't happen. I went, and it was the best time I've ever had, and so I've gone every year
like any
since.
drug, just once. Nope.
All you need is once. So that's my one warning. If you're going to go to BlizzCon, you will be hooked. I'm just saying. Yeah. You will be hooked.
It's our drug of choice.
It is. It's honestly.
And we probably spend as much on it as actual drugs.
We're steering too far off this. This podcast is going downhill twice, and
Decoded
we're 10 minutes in.
After dark. Welcome.
Why go to BlizzCon? People always say to me, Jesse, why would I go to BlizzCon? The big thing is I can watch the stuff on the virtual ticket. Why would I need to go in person? Why would I want to stand in lines and be surrounded by sweaty people and be surrounded by people in general? Why go? And for me, this isn't a reason for you to go, but for me to go, it's become tradition. I go to the same place every year, same time, with usually the same group of friends. And it becomes a reunion for friends around the world that I've met. Issei, I see Jeff once a year at BlizzCon. I see friends from Hungary, from Florida, from the Netherlands, from Switzerland, from all around the world who kind of converge on this one location, who do make it a yearly or every 2 years, every 3 years to show up. And there's so much more that you don't get to see on the virtual ticket. And we're going to cover all of that, because half the BlizzCon experience are the parties. And you might say, I'm not a social person. Yeah, but what about... Wouldn't you want to... How cool would it be to be able to talk, to look over and be like, oh yeah, there's Mike Morheim, right there, standing by himself. Would you not want to go talk to him?
He always stands by himself.
I did. I totally bothered the hell out of him.
Like,
and him and I, we talked, getting to meet your favorite streamers, your favorite YouTubers, your favorite podcasters. They're all there, right? The whole Method crew is there. The Wowhead party hosts a bunch of stuff. We're going to cover all those parties later on in the podcast. But going in person and being surrounded by 25,000 to 30,000 people who share the same interest as you.
It's an experience.
I can't find a word to describe it. It's being able to shout, walking down the street at 2 o'clock in the morning in California, you might be like, that's sketchy. But at BlizzCon, you're surrounded by people, and you yell for the Horde. Someone's going to say you suck for the Alliance. You're going to hear, some guy's going to high five you.
But you're not going to hear them say you suck for the Alliance, because everybody else is going to be yelling for the Horde.
Right. That's true. Most of the voices that yell are clearly Horde biased.
A lot of Hordes go there.
A lot of Hordes. But being surrounded by all these people, no matter who, you could just turn to a random group and start talking, and they're not going to say, who are you? In real life, that might be why? Who are you? Stop that. Go away. But at BlizzCon, you're standing in line waiting for something. I've met several friends by standing in line somewhere.
Oh no, my
just
dog's
start
here.
Talking to people. So,
oh no.
Your dog's on camera. Is your
dog? My dog's here.
Is there gonna be a dog? Bring your dog on camera. Why not? Why not?
Hey, come here.
Puppy cam. Sorry for that. You know what? I'm not sorry. Puppy cam is always necessary for every podcast. We're gonna have a puppy cam. I'm not gonna say that every podcast because people are gonna
Puppies
expect
of Codex.
It. And Puppies of Codex is a new video we're doing. Can we talk about the dogs and puppies of WoW lore? That's going to be a new subject. That's going to
my dog, my first dog is in the game actually.
Yes, isn't it on the Broken Shore? We're derailing.
Her
Screw
name
it.
Is, Goya. You've probably seen her on the Broken Shore, and she's that petable little corgi. And she was my first dog, and she had cancer and she passed away. And I have a friend at Blizzard, and so when she heard about it, she surprised me by putting her in the game, which is amazing because she was my heart, my joy, and it gives me an opportunity to go visit her and pet her again. And she's my little good luck charm. I would go and pet her, and then the raids would be okay.
That's
a little legacy that she'll live on forever.
Heart-wrenching. So go see Goya on the Broken Shore.
Go see Goya, please pet her.
And go pet her. Puppies of Codex. That's I'm gonna mental note.
Puppies
Jesse.
of Codex.
Mental note, Jesse. Now you might say, what are the cons to going to BlizzCon?
It is a money sink. That's the thing.
Ooh, yeah.
That's the biggest thing is the cost.
It is, especially if you're overseas, rough. We'll break down the cost in a little bit, but money sink.
Yeah. Vacation time sink. And I
Vacation
know
time,
in the United States, it's a lot more restricted, your vacation time. I know in Europe it's a little bit more liberal in that sense. In some areas, some places, she's going for a pizza box. In some places you can get, about 2 months vacation time.
Right.
But I know in the United States it's definitely a time sink.
It's a matter of, especially if you have a family, booking that particular for just like,
aren't you going to visit us for Christmas? No, I can't
honestly,
this year.
No, BlizzCon.
Come visit me, I guess.
What are the cons? So you can watch the virtual ticket, and the pros of watching the virtual ticket are you get to see all the panels. And I'll flat out say that as someone who goes to BlizzCon, I don't see all the things I want to see because they're all happening at the same time. I'm faced with a Hermione issue where I can't be in 2 places at once, and unfortunately, Blizzard doesn't give you time turners.
Stream it on one phone, on the phone, and then just watch the other.
I have done that
I have done that too.
During the Q&A. I pulled out the stream and I was watching it.
Like, watch
and meanwhile,
it. My friends and I were like,
panel.
Okay.
What's happening at the Overwatch panel? I don't know. I'm watching the WoW panel. Literally, though, you can do that because when you go to BlizzCon, you do get access to the virtual ticket. Yeah. You never miss anything. So, let's say you showed up to a panel late. Well, a good thing is when you have the virtual ticket, you can go back and watch it. You can tune in, find what you missed, and those are the pros of the virtual ticket. You get to do it all in the comfort of your own home. You get to wear your pajamas or nothing.
Yeah.
Eat whatever you want. I know people who throw BlizzCon virtual parties. They have parties with their friends over.
Those sound like fun. If I can't go to BlizzCon one day, I like to hook up with somebody and
go to a virtual party. Yeah, that was actually my first BlizzCon experience was 2010, where we watched it in my basement, and I had a whole bunch of friends over. We watched Tenacious D on TV. It was great. Now the cons, you don't get to experience the energy. You don't get to meet new people, and I have here on the cons. You don't get to go to BlizzCon. And that seems a little bit redundant. The con of not going to BlizzCon is you don't get to go to BlizzCon. But that in itself is probably the biggest thing. When people ask me, Jesse, why would I go to BlizzCon? And I say, you know what? I don't have an answer for you. Because it's something you have to experience in its entirety.
And sometimes going to BlizzCon or going to a convention will make you realize cons aren't your thing. Maybe you get overwhelmed. There's a lot of stimulus going around. It could be too much for some people. So the virtual ticket gives them a chance to kind of control their environment a little bit better, but still participate, still be part of it.
That's true. Now, let's break down some costs. You might be thinking, well, Jesse, maybe I want to go to BlizzCon 2019. And by the way, I'll say it right now. BlizzCon 2000... I say this every year. I always tell my friends, they're like, should I go this year? I'm like, it's a big year.
Too early.
They say, what do you mean it's a big year? Every year is a big year for BlizzCon. This year's a big year. There's Diablo something. There's 8.2 something. There's other stuff. But why is next year important? Well, next year, if the stars align and my prediction is true and everything lines up as it has the last several BlizzCons, next BlizzCon is the announcement of 9.0, the next expansion. So we are going to be next August, we are going to be a year into Battle for Azeroth, which means next November we are a year and 3 months, year and 2 months, just roughly. That's.
I don't know which is better. It's like if it's a next expansion reveal or a next content reveal, because once you're in the content,
right,
you're invested in it. You want to know what happens next. But then the next expansion reveal is this big new thing.
We have so many more questions.
Everyone can see it for the first time. So it's like, you can either talk about the current content and the continuity of that content, or you guys can start talking about all the new stuff that's coming in. And that's also exciting.
I hear a lot of people say BlizzCon 2016 had nothing about WoW, and it's like, do you not remember BlizzCon 2016? Yeah. That's when Ian announced Tomb of Sargeras patch, talked about all the class mounts, all that stuff. And at the very end of the panel, oh, by the way, we're going to Argus. And Argus pops up, and the crowd went wild. This is that year.
My friend had me sit in the front.
Your friend at Blizzard?
Yes. Can I say a shout out? Is it
absolutely
bad?
No, do it. Do a shout out.
Okay. Hi, Jen. Thank you, Jen. Mwah.
What does Jen do? Tell us about Jen. Hi, Jen.
I don't know. Okay. Again, I don't know how much I can say, so I'm just gonna leave it very But she's a developer, and she works right now at Team 2 during the Battle for Azeroth content. She did Legion content as well. Suramar is her brain baby.
Ooh.
So if
is she
you guys
not the one who
Suramar,
helped get Jedheen into the game as well?
She did, and she did help me get Jedheen into the game. So I owe her a lot. She is amazing. And I can't thank her enough. I still don't have an autograph from her because every time I try to, she gets pulled away because she's so busy.
This year.
So one day I gotta get an autograph from her. But yes, where were we again?
Front row Argus.
Front seat, yes. The Argus reveal. She was like just pulling me. We had no idea at the time, and this was when like my always in the front and center Draenei craze. So she was pulling me to get in the front, and I was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" Because I thought, okay, Tomb of Sargeras, okay, that's exciting too. Whatever. And I just thought, oh, she's being so nice. She's just being nice to me. Seat in the front. And when they had their Argus reveal, I flipped out. Of course I flipped out. We're going to Argus. This is the thing that every Draenei player was talking about. And then I turned to her and I realized she had been like staring at me the entire time just to look at my face.
Just waiting. I mean,
she knew. She didn't tell me.
That's awesome. I remember sitting in the crowd going... talking to my friend, and I said to her, are we gonna go to Argus? Are we gonna go to Argus?
And I was like grabbing my friend's arms. I was like, Argus, like, oh.
I kept asking because at the beginning of the expansion,
it was mildly sexual.
We had a lot of hints.
I worked up there.
We had a lot of hints towards it, right? Velen in the
but
Exodar.
It's like nobody ever thought it would actually be. It might be like a couple of quests. It might be a little flashback scene. An expansion. We thought we Draenei players got so little we didn't dare to dream that big.
I remember talking to my friend. I was saying, we got the Argus hint with the Velen quest line. We got a lot of mentions about Argus, and I kept thinking, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And as Ian kept talking about Tomb of Sargeras, I kept thinking and then he really revealed that Kil'jaeden, and I said, really? Kil'jaeden's gonna be the boss of Tomb of Sargeras? Not even the avatar of Sargeras? Why not Kil'jaeden? I thought Kil'jaeden would be a perfect place to fight on Argus. Yeah. And then he's like, where are we going after? Where would we possibly go after the Tomb of Sargeras? And I leaned over, I'm like, here it is. It's Argus. And she goes, it's not Argus. And then, bam, Green Planet comes out. Anyway, point of the point is, that same style of announcement panel is happening in a few weeks. We are going to learn all about 8.2, and then Ian's probably going to pull the same thing and say, where are we going after 8.3? And bam, Naga Argus.
That's the thing, they're going to have to add more time, another extra year in between expansions, and in between huge content drops like that, because my heart can't take it. I'm always living this high up.
It's either middle of the expansion announcement or the whole new expansion announcement. No matter what, it's big. Yeah. So, BlizzCon 2019, guys, is going to be a flat-out new expansion. I'm predicting.
I can't.
People are saying that's too soon. No, BlizzCon 9.0 is going to drop.
Executors.
9.0 is going to drop in years are hard 2020. So announcing it at the end of 2019, that's the perfect time.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
Also, next year is the 15-year anniversary. So
15 years. Who's been here since the beginning? Who's that old?
That's pretty big. That's pretty big.
Who's that old?
So what, guys? If you're gonna go to BlizzCon and you're a WoW fan, I'm just saying. Next year might be your year. People are gonna say Lost Codex confirmed. I know nothing. It just adds up with the predictions. So Jesse, you say, how much does BlizzCon cost in total? Let's break it down.
Too much.
First thing you got to take into account, there's 3 main purchases you have to do. There is the plane ticket, your con ticket, and which is the cheapest, and your hotel ticket.
Yeah,
once you have that sorted out,
it's my con ticket is the cheapest thing.
Right? Con ticket is $205 American, and it's still 2 days. I'm one of these days they're going to announce a 3-day BlizzCon, which is going to be. We'll talk about 3-day BlizzCon sometime. I have thoughts on that. Roughly for a plane ticket, anywhere between $200, very cheap, depending on where you live. If you live in California, it's even cheaper. To $700. I know Europeans who paid over $1,000.
I know Europeans.
So Jeff is paying, I want to say under $1,000 American. I want to say he's paying.
That's not bad.
$800 American. which is...
Yeah, that's about the same. So when I moved to the United States, it was about 800, 900.
So there's your big sink. I'm paying from Canada $400 round trip. Canadian.
I'm so jealous.
Which is crazy good. It costs us $400 to fly internally to Canada, but if I fly to California, it's the same price.
That's the thing. I gotta move like close enough to California.
Drive.
So it makes it cheaper, but not as hot as California. I gotta find like a nice in between.
If you guys live anywhere in the Southwest area, or anywhere where Southwest Airlines operates at, Southwest Airlines has amazing deals.
I want to go back to Colorado. That was nice.
We're derailing again. We're derailing. Steer.
I always do. You gotta steer me back.
The thing I'm gonna say for plane tickets is 55 days before you buy. I know people who buy BlizzCon plane tickets in March. I'm like, what are you doing? That is so overpriced. No. BlizzCon happens beginning of November. Buy beginning of September. Now you might say, oh my god, Jesse, that's so late. No, that's the 55-day mark. Find your 50 to 60 day.
Yeah.
Find the 55-day mark. And they say, I don't know who they is, but travel experts, the common agreement is among the unknown airplane theys. 55 days is the golden window. And I've followed that the last 4 years, and I've paid crazy low prices. $400 Canadian round trip. That's crazy. We have a layover, but it's not like a 30-hour layover. It's a 3-hour layover. 2-hour, actually. So if you're flying down last week of October, buy in September. Start looking in August, July, but don't buy till September. Don't buy in April or May, unless you see a crazy price. But I see people who just panic and hit the trigger, and then they end up paying $300, $200 more than they would have. So do your research.
I've done that.
Do your research. Don't pull any say. Do your research.
Don't do me. Don't do what I do.
$100 to $150 per night per hotel.
Okay.
If you're staying with people say, that's really cheap.
It's always a good idea to bunk with other people, share the cost, split the cost. And in some hotels, you can get bunk beds.
My hotel.
So that's always a plus. Bunk beds are always a plus.
My hotel for the first 3 nights has bunk beds.
Right, isn't that fun?
Homewood Suites, Anaheim, across the street from the convention center, it has bunk beds. I'll
request bunk beds.
Right? So
because no one wants to be the guy sleeping on the couch.
Hotel couches can be comfy, but they're also awful. So it depends where you're staying. Don't pull any say and book your hotel a month before the convention. That's probably one of the worst things. I did that in 2011. I did that in 2011, not by choice.
I don't learn my lesson.
You're just doing it for the experience. You're just seeing how long it takes to walk there. But in all honesty, if you wait, you're gonna pay more expense, pay a higher price. And B, you're going to have further distance to go. You want to be able to walk to your hotel. If you drive or you have to take an Uber, that's mega inconvenient. Because if you're exhausted, you want to recharge, you want to go drop your loot off, you need to, you want to have the comfort of your own bathroom.
Yeah.
Walking distance is everything. My suggestions, I've got 3 suggestions.
Jesse's 3
suggestions. We'll start with the cheapest one, which is also one of the more recent ones. It includes the bunk beds. Homewood Suites, post a link down in the description below. Homewood Suites by the Anaheim Convention Center is just across the street, literally a 3-minute walk. Brand new, opened up, I want to say 2016, and it's owned by the Hilton. Very nice hotel.
Check it out.
Very affordable. It's got family suites that have a living room, king bed or 2 queens, and then bunk beds in the side room.
How affordable is affordable? Because that does not sound affordable.
$160 a night is what we're paying. So divide that by 5 people in the room.
That's the thing. If you are going to be by yourself or with a couple, or if you're going to be with more than 3.
So $150 a night if you're going solo. That might be a little bit expensive. But
you get all that room for yourself, though, so it's like...
True.
Oh.
Bunk bed potential wasted, though. You go with friends, divide that cost by 2, 3, go with guildmates. Have you known your guildmates for years? Do you know your arena buddies really well? Just say, hey, let's go to BlizzCon. Let's meet up. If you're comfortable, let's crash in the same room together. Split the cost. It honestly makes it worth it. So Anaheim, Homewood Suites, across the street from the convention center. That's my first suggestion.
Maybe if Blizzard invites me, I'll go check it out.
Hey, they invited me and they didn't pay for anything. I'm just saying. My second suggestion is the Marriott, which is next to the convention center. Literally a 20-second walk from the convention center. Outside the front door, you turn left, you're at the convention center. I stayed there a couple years. Very nice. Their rates have gone up to compete with the Hilton across the street, which I'll get to in a second. But
how can rates going up be a competition? Yeah, we're going to be just as expensive.
Actually, though, they're just going to be like, shit. People are the Hilton's charging this amount. We're gonna next year charge this amount.
I guess if they see they're willing to pay that much, right? They'll do it.
So Marriott's good, but the Hilton is where I always stay, and the Hilton is literally
that's where I crashed too.
Overlapping on the convention center. So you've got the convention center, you've got the Hilton, pretty much overlapping one another. I can go from the con floor to my hotel room in less than 5 minutes.
That's why I always go to his room too.
Like it was the party room.
There.
Party
it's the closest room.
Maple syrup.
The party room.
Maple syrup. I'm just saying, it's where all the chocolates are.
He brings contraband maple syrup. I'm just saying.
Don't say that on stream. TSA's watching.
TSA will get him.
It's a joke, TSA. But seriously, if you can afford to stay in the Hilton, I will say it's expensive. But when you split the cost with other people. So you've got 5 of you.
I don't know if I could though. Depends on how many. I like my privacy. I like my.
That's the thing.
Recharge me time.
Same, but for me, the cost of the Hilton is worth it every year for that convenience of being so close. So those are my top 3 suggestions: Homewood Suites, Anaheim Marriott, and Anaheim Hilton, all of which are right next to the convention center. Anaheim Hilton is also where all the parties happen. We'll talk about the Hilton in much more in depth in just a second. Food budget. Now, before we jump to the food, because I just wanted one comment. Book your hotel nice and early. Find a hotel with a free cancellation or up to 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours before you arrive. Cancellation. Many hotels have that. You have to, within 3 days of arriving, you can cancel for free. My hotel for BlizzCon 2018 was booked in January 2018, before they even announced BlizzCon. I had my room booked. And if Blizzard said, "Oh, we're not doing BlizzCon this year," after I would be done crying,
Can we get to the food?
We're getting there. We're getting there. So book your rooms early. Like book your rooms for next BlizzCon right now. Isei wants to talk about food.
I do want to talk about food.
Specifically food trucks.
Food trucks!
This is all you. Go for it.
Yes. I had my first food truck at BlizzCon, so it's very special for me. And it was amazing. My dog has heard food, so now she's like right up to me again. And I do have some favorites. There is I think one's called Monster Burger. And it lives up to that name. It's well priced. I think that one or some other barbecue place has like a macaroni and cheese brisket.
Ooh,
plate,
that sounds
and it's
good.
Huge. And there's always a line for it. And I don't care how big the line is. I will wait for it.
I have
There's no diet in BlizzCon. You don't go dieting and no, you eat the food.
I have in my notes here, budget for your food, and then I have underneath is budget does not include food truck cost. Yeah.
Because you always go, and
it's pricey, but it's
try different food trucks too. Like that's my favorite thing. It's like, oh look at this panel, the costume contest. Like, okay, that's great. How can I best organize my time to eat as much as possible, as varied as possible in 2 days?
Are you going to that panel? No, I can't. I have to go get to the food truck.
I can't. I gotta eat. I can't.
It's part of the experience.
I have this coconut rice with shrimp in my lap. I can't go.
Ooh, that sounds good too. Now I'm hungry. Now I'm starving.
There was a Caribbean one that had that coconut rice
with
shrimp.
At I want to say my first 2 BlizzCons didn't have
steak on it.
First 2 BlizzCons didn't have, even the first 3, now that I think about it, didn't have the food trucks. And I want to say at my 3rd, there was one single food truck outside the convention center.
They probably made bank.
Little tacos, sold 4 tacos for like $5. That dude was making bank that entire weekend.
Everyone else saw it.
Holy shit, the line was nonstop. He actually, I'm pretty sure he had a little stand set up outside the food truck. Because I remember security, technically, it was trespassing because you can't sell your food outside your food truck. But he was making... So, anyway, people caught on.
He's bribed, yeah.
And now, in the space between the Hilton and the Marriott...
It's just...
There's this really, it's majestic path. And it just becomes
is.
Loaded with food trucks.
Left and right.
That's Issei, literally singing like a Disney princess. And there's honestly, I want to say about 12 of them.
Oh, yeah.
There's
more. Some of them change by day, too. So that's why if you have to try as many as possible, because there's no guarantee they're going to be there tomorrow.
And this is how we give our viewers diabetes. But honestly, budget for your food, 20, depending on... I know people who have survived on less than $20 a day per food, because it's California, you know? My group does their yearly Target run, where we load up on supplies, either the CVS or the Target.
Monsters.
Did you know you can get 7 ramen noodle bowls for 50 cents? I'm just saying. If you're on a budget, you can make it work. There's a Target right up the road.
You can eat ramen anytime. It's only one time for BlizzCon food trucks.
Right? That's true. I'm trying to help those who people coming from Europe might not be able to afford the BlizzCon food trucks.
You can always have money for a BlizzCon food truck.
That's true. Just sell it.
At least once. At least do it once.
Sell an organ.
Especially talking as a European, and I don't sound European enough. But talking as a European, because this is something that a lot of people from out of country get to see in just movies, shows, TV, and they never get to experience it. So when it's finally there, it's exciting. It's like, oh my God, this is the thing that you see in the movies, that you see in the TV shows. And it's good. It's as good as it shows on the TV. And it's really awesome. It's an amazing experience. And I always have a no limit budget on food trucks.
Buying street meat has never felt so good. I remember seeing a guy walk by with a hot dog, and the bun was like this, and the hot dog stuck out massively on either side, and I was like, holy shit, he paid $17 for it, and I'm pretty sure it was longer from his arm to his shoulder. The dude was good for days, hours, probably
and they're generous portions too. Yeah, it can be a bit pricey. And there's a bit of a line to it, but they're generous portions.
$17 for a hot dog the size of your arm? Worth.
Oh, yeah.
100% worth. It was loaded to the brim. I don't even know what was on it. I was mesmerized by the hot dog.
It was so good. We spent quite a bit of time on food, and that's fine, because it's one of my favorites.
It's food con. Who cares? It's food con. Tying into food, alcohol budget. If you're a partier,
second best thing.
Right? If you're a partier, make sure you budget properly. And here's some tips I have for you. When you go to the parties, you buy alcohol at the bars. It's gonna be pricey. So
it is.
Be smart. If your friends are staying close, use their room as a party room or a meetup room. Plan your drinking and partying ahead of time. Go to the CVS, go to Target, get your alcohol, have your drinks in your room, and then go have fun. Yep. That's one of the benefits of being in the Hilton.
I know
is my friends can go.
At the art gallery, they have those special drinks that are World of Warcraft themed.
Yes.
I always get one of those. They're pricey, but it's always fun because each year is something different. So at least I always do that. But there's always a party room you can get into that it's just some guy just loaded with alcohol.
Throughout the Hilton, there are multiple bars, and there are Blizzard-themed drinks all around. And actually, many of the restaurants in the area actually have special BlizzCon-themed menus. We went to California Pizza Kitchen, and the guy's like, did you see our BlizzCon menu? I'm like, your BlizzCon menu? And he pulls out a menu, and I can get I could have gotten the Terran Marine, which was a blue martini slushy, or I could have got El Diablo, which is a spicy cherry. I don't know, I didn't try it. And then there was the Thrall, and I didn't care for a drink named after
You
Thrall.
would want Thrall in your mouth.
No, I didn't. I went for the Marine.
Yeah, I would.
So buy your alcohol, party in your friend's room, or, spend $12 for a rum and coke at the Hilton bar. That's kind of overpriced, but you could budget accordingly. Just don't bring your alcohol from the outside.
Even better,
into the
buy
Hilton.
a rum and coke for me.
For Issei. On that note, be nice to your bartender.
Be nice.
Issei got free drinks because she was nice to her bartender last year.
That's my secret. My secret for free drinks.
Speak Spanish and you'll get free drinks. I'm just saying.
They are. They're working very hard. It's a very loud place. I was a waitress at some time. I did a little bit of bartending myself, so I can't imagine what's like on that scale. So always be nice to your bartenders.
Especially when you're surrounded by drunk nerds.
Be patient. Say thank you. And it's nice. They appreciate it.
Everyone's barking at you for the drink. So when you get your drink, just say, thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And that'll, you never know what'll happen. Maybe.
And tip if you can. Give a good tip. If you can't tip, again, just be very appreciative. Just say your thank yous. But if you can, your bartenders.
The other thing you got to budget for is the BlizzCon store, and we're gonna actually talk about all the merch at the end. There's a lot of merch stuff to talk about, like Lost Codex merch, but we'll get to that. But $50 minimum for the store. And you might be like, Jesse, I don't buy stuff at cons.
That's like if you want to buy like one, maybe two things.
That's gonna cost you like maybe a thing and a half. It's expensive, but it's so worth it.
Layaway.
We'll talk about that in a second. Let's check the time here. We're good. We are good.
Are we good? Okay.
So
I do derail a lot.
No, it's okay. We are only 40 minutes in, I think. Someone watching this is going to be like, actually, it's the 46-minute mark, but whatever. Party schedule. So this next part is about the parties that are happening. If you're going in person, this is the part you want to focus on. If you're not going, this part might not matter to you. This might matter for you next year. So BlizzCon is Friday, Saturday, but really it starts Thursday, because Thursday is badge pickup day. I have met many people who go to BlizzCon for the first time and say, yeah, I'm picking up my badge Friday morning. And I'm like, Friday morning? Like the morning BlizzCon starts during the opening ceremony?
It'll be like 5 a.m.
Why? Why would you do that? No. Blizzard has
always...
you
can. Some people actually arrive.
That's true. If you arrive late
on the day of BlizzCon, so for some, it's no choice. They have to.
That's true. But these people were here on the Thursday, and they're like, yeah, I'm grabbing it tomorrow. And I'm like, just go get it right now. They're like, nah, I'm gonna get it tomorrow. I'm like, oh, okay. Don't do that unless you're like arriving then. Get it the day before. Get your loot bag. Thursday, November 1st, the badge pickup opens at 9 a.m. You need your code and a valid piece of ID that shows your name, it matches to the code. There is a name change line, so if you sold a ticket to your friend Joe and Joe can't make it, but he decided to tell you after the name change, you can still give Joe's ticket to someone else. If you're the buyer, if you're the guy who put your credit card information out there to buy that ticket for Joe, make sure you're present, because the new person who's buying the ticket needs you there. You want to make sure you work all this out. So if you're meeting up with someone in person and you're doing a name change, find them, be smart. Hey, let's meet us at the convention center. We're going to go do a name change. And you got to be with the person whose credit card matches the purchase. That's important. Blizzard, it's not the easiest thing in the world. You do have to, especially if you'd rather not go meet someone new. You're like, I want to buy a ticket, but I have to stand in line with this random person. I mean, they are selling you a BlizzCon ticket for the price of a BlizzCon ticket. No, scalping is illegal in California. If you're trying to scalp BlizzCon tickets, there are 7 hells.
Blizzard,
for
you're being a
like
dick,
you.
so you don't want to be that guy.
Blizzard actually has security on site where they will escort you off if you are scalping BlizzCon tickets for more than the price. So don't be a dick who sells BlizzCon tickets for more than the price. Pick your ticket up from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on the Thursday, and different experiences tell me that if you get there early for badge pickup, you'll be good. You get there midday.
I always go early. I'm a morning person. I'm up by 7 o'clock and I'll get ready. By 8 o'clock, we're out the door. We're waiting a little bit in line. By 9 o'clock, they open the doors, and it's moving. Because not everybody gets their badges at once. Some of them will make a beeline for the merch line. So even though everybody's waiting in the same line outside, that can be divided between those that are getting their badges first and those that are getting their merchandise first.
Little piece of information they changed last year. You now need a BlizzCon badge to hop in the merch line. But you didn't find that out until you got inside. So all those people who beelined in were sent back.
See, because like my boyfriend always went for the merchandise line first, and I'm not really big on merchandise, so I would always go for my badge first. So I did not know that. So
grab your badges first, because I've seen people turned away.
Not to say it can't be used in a tactical way.
True.
If you're with a partner, or you're with a team, one waits in the merch line, the other one gets their badge, then switch.
That works. See?
Mm-hmm.
You'll need a third person though to transition you.
Yeah, I mean, you can't pull it off with two maybe if you can time yourselves a bit evenly, or if you ready to buy something and your buddy isn't back, just kind of let the next guy in until they can switch with you.
Grab your tickets ahead of time, guys. Early on, I'd say mid-afternoon is the busiest because that's when a lot of people are arriving in the area. But you're gonna stand in a line no matter what on the Thursday. It's not actually a con day, so don't fret about that. No. When you stand in line,
get your merch and just go hang out in the room.
Back to your hotel rooms, drop your stuff off. Do realize that all the stuff that they have in the store is limited supply, but there's also stuff that they haven't announced yet because it's relevant to the next morning's special announcement. Example, last year they had an Anduin Sylvanas shirt. The one half was Sylvanas, one half was Anduin, or the Alliance symbol. And that was blacked out on the menu. It said
menu.
The menu. They hand you plastic menus, and you're like, I want this one and this one and this one.
What night did they just pair it with a nice champagne?
Pair it with a nice set of Overwatch sheets. We'll get to that. And then it was blacked out on the Thursday because they couldn't show the Battle for Azeroth T-shirt before Battle for Azeroth was announced. They did that with Sombra once.
Yeah.
They showed Sombra's model on the BlizzCon store.
Uh-oh. Wah-wah.
Before they actually... sorry, my dog's freaking out. Guys, we're back. Sorry about the other interruption. Dogs. It's just dog interruption. That's okay. I won't apologize for the dogs. So guys, get your badge stuff early. Get your merch. You might need to go back to the merch store on the first day on Friday because you might see something new relevant to Diablo or 8.2, something that they're going to announce. Now, what do you do for the rest of the Thursday night? Well, they say you have a note here about shoes. Let's talk shoes, especially for the party night.
Oh, yes, because I haven't done it in BlizzCon because I've learned my lesson attending other events. But I know ladies, we like to impress, and we might buy new shoes for BlizzCon or to attend the parties. Break them in beforehand. If you're going to buy new shoes, buy them now, wear them at home, because it is not fun to walk at convention center as big as BlizzCon is with blistered feet. And eventually it's going to get to a point that no amount of band-aids is going to help you with that. And it's not fun. And I have seen girls walking with the, shoes in their hand and just barefooting it across the BlizzCon floor, which you don't want to do that either. You don't know what's spilled. You don't know what's happened right there.
No. Don't.
And I don't know if men do it. I don't know if men kind of get excited and buy new sneakers or something like that. But, I mean, I'm just talking from my experience.
Break in your shoes. I found that when you're trying to break in your new shoes in the weeks before the convention, wear blisters. Wear band-aids where you would normally get blisters, and your shoe's to mold nice. I always get that awkward spot right behind on my just above my heel, right above my heel. I always would put just a little band-aid there, and after a couple days, I'm good.
Yeah. And always keep band-aids as well. You never know when you're going to need one.
Never know. So
it could be a favorite pair of shoes, but you're not used to walking that often, and then you develop a blister.
This is WalkCon, by the way.
It is walk.
There's a lot of walking.
Your Fitbit is going to go crazy. It's going to be you got kidnapped or something, because you usually don't walk this much. This is too much distance for you.
You're going to be judged hard by your Fitbit after, because you're going to go from 60,000 steps to...
It's like, so you could walk 11,000 steps, huh? The rest was just bullshitting.
Later on in the evening on Thursdays, after you've dropped off your loot, gotten your comfy shoes on, all the parties, and I mean all of them this year, are happening on the Thursday. So we'll start with the big ones. Let's start with Wowhead. Wowhead is hosting their annual BlizzCon party on the Thursday night at the in Anaheim Ballroom C and D from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. The Wowhead parties are always huge, always a hit, huge crowds. You can actually still RSVP for the Wowhead party right now. So if you're going in person, RSVP now on their website. Links are below in the description. Because if you don't, you have to stand in a separate line to get into the party.
Yeah.
So
and it's long.
It's a long line.
I tried to go, let's go check it out last year, and I saw the line just kept going down the stairs, and I was like,
yeah.
Yes, I'm not getting in that party.
So if you RSVP now, you get to skip that line. You just have to stand in the line to get your RSVP bracelet, but you don't have to stand in the first line. So if you're listening to this live on Twitch, or you're listening to this at work, go right now to Wowhead. Type in the Wowhead Blizzcon Party 2018 on Google, RSVP, and just get that out of the way. I think you can actually put +1 for a guest too. It's free. Just RSVP. And if you don't know I'm going, that's okay too. I mean, that's not okay. You should go. But if you don't feel obliged because it's a free thing, so if you don't go, other people get in and take your place. There is music. There is food. There are bars. There is a claw machine that has amazing stuff filled by Blizzard. All the plushies you can imagine. Wowhead has gotten in on the pin.
Did we say food? Because that's also important.
We did, but
we did say food.
The food, I don't know if there's free food at the Wowhead party, but it's food, so
also important.
You see the waiter chase him. There's a claw machine with all these crazy plushies, and Wowhead has actually gotten in on the pin game. For those who aren't aware, pins are huge at BlizzCon.
They're big.
They're big. Blizzard tapped into the pin market years ago. There's an entire section on one of the floors for pin trading.
The Dark Moon Fair has a pin trading center, pin buying and pin trading, and wow, it's big.
Cool. And so
it's to the point I can't even start it now because I'm never going to catch up to these people.
That's pretty much it. Wowhead has actually invested in their own pins for pin collectors out there. So if you like pins, you want to carry like a little Wowhead rocket, you can actually RSVP. There's special packages on the RSVP website that you can actually pay money for these tickets, and they give you little bonuses. So like the $50 couples pair, you get X amount of free drinks, access to this, you get some pins. Go check out RSVP pages for Wowhead's party. There's different packages. There is a free package you could pay for, you could RSVP for, or you can pay some money, donate to the party, and get a little bit extra.
Give a little, get a little, you know?
That's it. Con Before the Storm. This is a big party. If you want to meet some of your fellow content creators, go to Con Before the Storm. They have a meet and greet.
Are we going to Con Before the Storm?
I'm visiting no matter what. Because
the
coolest thing about Calm Before the Storm is the art wall. There is a massive wall, and actually, they hit their Kickstarter number, so they've actually got both walls now, where they basically, artists throughout the year submit artwork that gets printed on cardboard stock, like really nice paper.
It is.
And mounted on the wall. Throughout the year, as you get closer to BlizzCon, you enter a raffle, and you can actually have a chance to leave with this piece of artwork. And if you look over my shoulder, right there, that Zenyatta piece right there, that was my winning piece from last year. I got the Zenyatta. I still got to mount on the wall somewhere, but amazing piece. I actually want a piece this year as well. And what's cool is you see the artwork, and then there's a little tag underneath, and the tag says the name of the art, the artist, and then who won that piece. And we have 3 members in our community. We're going to start with Isei. Isei has several, 3, maybe 4 pieces that are going to be up on the wall.
I just sent a bunch, and they told them, like, just use whichever one you want, whichever you like best.
I'm trying to think. There's either 3 or 4 that you're going to see on the wall. Look for Isei-Silva. And if you're listening to this and you won an Isei-Silva piece, she's going to be there. So get an autograph.
I can sign it for you guys. I would love to sign it for you guys. My first time I'm going to have artwork on the wall. I'm usually quite reserved with my artwork. So this is the first time it's going to be like, oh, just publicly shown. So that's going to be exciting.
It's just cool to see names that you recognize up there.
Right. I always try to find my artist friends. Like Ruru Cat is there too. I try to win one of her pieces, and I didn't.
I really want to meet Ruru. She is such an amazing artist. One of these years, we gotta convince her. Ruru, if you're watching, go to BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Love your artwork. Quell Fabulous, who did this artwork right here, the Lost Codex last year's design. She has artwork that's going to be up on the wall as well, so look for Quell's art.
Her art is always up on the wall. It's always like a focus of attention. It's so good.
It's always right in the middle, too. And our buddy Handclaw. Handclaw is anyone who's part of our Discord, the Lost Codex Discord. Handclaw is
He's going to shine because his concept art is so good.
Have you been watching his sets? Have you been watching the
sets?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
This Draenei sets especially recently. Oh, that does not escape me.
Guys, go to twitter.com/handclaw and look at the concepts he's done for sets.
I can see it in game too. Like, it's not that far-fetched.
I think it was 2 podcasts ago I showed the Tauren ones on stream. He basically, to not derail too much, but he takes the idea of racial class sets. So what would a Tauren priest wearing proper... There's no armor in game that fits a Tauren priest. But Handclaw said, what if there was? And he designed it. What would a Worgen mage, a Gilnean mage look like? What would a Draenei... We all know what Draenei paladins look like.
Every race will have their own class sets. So the Draenei mage will have their own class set. The Worgen mage will have their own class set. The gnome mage, the blood elf mage will have their own class set inspired by their race.
And it's not just like random drawings. Like he takes...
No, there's a lot of thought process into it.
There is.
It's a big project.
I'm trying to bring it up here on stream here.
And I've done the occasional concept idea for a specific class race combo, but not with the expanse that he has done.
No, he's gone literally every race,
yeah.
So here on screen, you'll see here, guys, if you guys are watching, left-hand side, we have Draenei Warrior, Draenei Hunter, and Draenei Monk. And there's just...
Anything more Draenei is good. So
right? Good. This is just amazing. Let's go... Oh, you can't really see the Draenei... Everyone knows what a Draenei Paladin looks like.
More Draenei Paladin.
And then we've got Draenei Mage, Draenei Priest, Draenei Shaman. Oh, I have to show the Draenei Death Knight. The Death Knight one is the coolest one.
I like it.
It's very...
I personally would have gone a little bit more deathy.
He went for the Argus theme. And there's that whole theory that Argus
is... he went more, right? That's what I thought. I was like, oh, he's going for like an Alcadoon kind of thing.
Anyone who's a fan of the YouTuber Pyromancer knows that Pyromancer is this crazy theory, heavily supported by a lot of assets, spell effects, that Argus is a death titan. He is a titan, not a dead titan, not a fell titan, a titan of death. There's a lot of things in games suggesting it. And so... I thought when Handclaw said, yeah, I'm doing a Death Knight Draenei set, I thought, Isai and I were on the same page. Auchindoun. Here we go. This is going to be
Auchindoun. Of course, that's the most obvious thing.
He went Argus, and I was like, Argus the planet? No, Argus the Titan. And I'm like, you know what? That's so cool. What else we got here? This is nothing to do with BlizzCon, but you know what? This is just as cool. This is a Blood Elf Mage. This looks like... totally not even on the right page here. Blood Elf Mage, right there.
Yeah.
It looks like the old school Blood Elf artwork. That's so practical. So, I wish that was in game. I'm getting sad that this isn't in game now. Let's close this.
It's good. It gives each race its own, unique voice, rather than overlapping. Which is so absent from the game. And I know we're totally derailing, but that's what this podcast is for. With the introduction to Warfronts... Instead of Decoded, should have been derailing.
Derailed. Instead of... with the Warfronts that are coming, we see the Arathi Warfront, the Alliance armor is very human-themed, the Horde armor is very Orc-themed, but in 8.1, the Warfront armor is very Night Elf-themed, and the Warfront armor is very Forsaken-themed.
But that's the thing, even though it's all Alliance or all Horde, every player that has a favorite race, they want something that reflects that race a little bit more. Yeah, you can do the whole Alliance set and it looks very human. Yeah, you can do the whole Horde set. There's going to be plenty of spikes and bones. But sometimes you just want something that really reflects your race.
And unfortunately, the spikes and bones can kind of work for Tauren and Trolls. But the Blood Elves...
Forsaken as well.
Forsaken, yeah, but Blood Elves,
Or Goblins.
I would love to see
anything for Goblins.
There's nothing for Goblins.
Nothing for Goblins.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. I'm hoping that there's a Baron's Warfront so we can see Tauren armor, because I would love to see...
Oh, that's going to take forever just to reach to the other side. Hold on, guys!
Baron's never ends. Warfront...
Keep going.
Imagine cloth armor with Tauren themed. Plate armor? There's no good plate armor out there for Tauren.
I am loving, especially... Again, we're going to derail the derailed. With Uldir, the presets is metallic. It looks like plate armor.
It's so
my
good.
God, it was amazing.
It's so good.
I was like, finally, I don't have to wear a bathrobe all the time. I can wear plated shoulders and plated gauntlets. And
I saw a transmog.
And like the big.
They look like battle
I don't know what they're called. The big old thigh armors.
Thigh armor.
Yes.
Protect your thighs, girl. We were derailing. Let's go back to BlizzCon. The point is, the armor is amazing, and we're going to learn more armor at BlizzCon, so it's kind of connected. So there's my justification. What other parties are happening? Calm Before the Storm. Oh, right. So Calm Before the Storm, around the outside of the Calm Before the Storm room, there are many tables where you can meet your favorite streamer, YouTuber, stuff like that. They're announcing each one at different times. I'm proud to say that Jeff and I will be there at Calm Before the Storm.
But not me, by the way. Bye, I guess.
I mean, just come hang out. I mean, there was a 2-seat maximum. They're like,
I can sit on your lap. That's fine.
Fine. Isei's gonna sit on my lap, and someone can sit on Jeff's lap. We have one spot left. We're actually gonna be next to some guy named Final Boss TV. Probably heard of him. Kidding. Of
Never
course.
have. Who's that guy?
Final Boss TV's manager is also our manager, Zillion. So special thanks to Zillions for getting us with that.
Jesse, did they tell you what time you're gonna be up there? Or
I think I know, but I don't want to say just in case it's the wrong time. So I'll be announcing that on Twitter.
Okay, because I also want to be there as well to just get myself ready to do a magical musical chair with you kind of thing.
Right?
Who gets a seat?
It's a time thing. So it's only for half an hour. So prioritize well. Don't miss me. Or miss me. I'll be around. It's not like at 7:30 I'm gonna, let's say my show starts at 7. The times are 5, 6, 6:30, 7. So let's say I start at 7. I'm not gonna stop existing at 7:30, but there's other parties to go to. So come meet your favorite
I will bring
YouTuber.
my own Sharpie, and I'm willing to sign some titties, by the way.
Just sign.
Just sign.
Sign all the cleavages. If you
lost cleavage.
The lost cleavage. Blizz Nerds is also hosting a party. For anyone who knows Shannon from our podcast, she is actually one of the mods for the Blizz Nerds group. And their party, there is a paid ticket, but they have a lot going on. There's a lot going on in there, so go check out the Blizz Nerds website. I believe there are still some tickets available. They sell out really fast. And they're one of the largest Facebook groups for the World of Warcraft community. So if you're part of the Blizz Nerds group and you don't have a ticket,
I don't have Facebook.
Go. If you don't have Facebook, don't worry about it.
You're not cool enough.
But that's also in the Hilton as well. All these parties are in the same hotel on different floors. So when you party hop, you don't have to go far. Just, all right, let's...
Tell them also what's going to be in there. It's a nacho bar and an ice cream bar.
There's apparently a nacho bar and an ice cream bar.
She's
like, shut up and talk about the food. Tell them about the food. I've never been to the Blizz Nerds party, but if I'm promised a nacho bar and ice cream bar, you can bet your ass I'm going to the Blizz Nerds party. They have and it's Hearthstone themed, so I'm pretty sure Microsoft is sponsoring, and Jinx, I believe. Microsoft is sending them a whole bunch of tablets so you could play Hearthstone with other people.
We could win some.
Not to win the tablets, but it's going to be considered an official fireside gathering by Blizzard. Okay. I believe they're also bringing in, Nintendo's sponsoring in some way. They're bringing in Switches to play Diablo. No, that's on Diablo.
Really?
No, that's on November 2nd. They're bringing in Switches for something. I don't know, maybe prizes? Don't quote me. I don't know. They're bringing in tablets so you can play
Diablo on a Switch.
Well, they announced that, but I think it's November 2nd. Unless they have like a cool deal with Blizzard and they got it a day early. I have no idea. I'm going to be there. And there's custom drinks and custom cocktails there. So get your ticket and nacho bar and ice cream. What more? If you miss my meet and greet at Calm Before the Storm because you're at the nacho bar, justified.
It's okay. We forgive you.
I better bring me nachos.
Yeah, just forgive us with nachos.
That's it. In the center of all of this is the Hilton Bar. And this is where you have the chance to just socialize and hang out. It's very loud. I'm going to go off on a little bit of a rant here. The Hilton Bar is bumping like from Tuesday night, Wednesday night, gets really bumping Thursday, Friday, super bumping Saturday because it's the final night, and then Sunday it's still pretty loud even though BlizzCon's over. And for me, going to the Hilton bar, whether you drink or not, that's the place to socialize. In the lobby, out front, in front of the hotel, in between the Marriott.
I don't know how you can socialize in the lobby when the music is that loud. That's the thing.
This is where I'm building to.
Okay.
My first 3 years, four, were also... This is where I met Mike Morheim. This is where I met drunk Chris Metzen. This is where I met Ghostcrawler and so many other...
There's another type of Chris Metzen?
No, that's true.
Okay.
This is where I met so many awesome people. And then 3 years ago, the Hilton said, you know what would be a great idea? If we had music at this party. Music's great. We got music playing in the background right now. Good idea. What's the difference? You can hear us, I hope. It's awkward if you can't. They have a DJ the last 3 years, and this is going to deter people from going, but they have a DJ right at the front of where you walk in, and the music is deafening. Like, stupidly deafening, to the point where you can't... He
works it, though. Have you seen the guy? I observed him, and it's like,
this is no insult to the guy's talent. He is great at what he does. It is a poor management choice. Honestly, and I've actually voiced my concerns. I have a friend who works at the front desk at the Hilton, and I looked at him, I said, do you think anyone can hear each other? He's like, I don't know how anyone's talking. No. You're screaming at one another.
My voice has gotten hoarse.
From just because no, I'm not saying Jesse hates music. No, put the DJ in a side room. There are dozens of ballrooms and side rooms used for all these parties. Wowhead, Come Before the Storm, Blizznerds, that they can put the DJ in there. And if you want to go dance your ass off, go to that room. No. You want to socialize, go to the Hilton bar. That's what it's always been. And I have not met a single person who has said, you know what, I really enjoy this music. It's very relaxing. No, it is ear-bleedingly awful.
It is.
I shouldn't say awful.
Loud.
It's loud.
It's just loud.
It's good music, but you can't talk. You're just like...
Just looking at each other nodding like...
There's a lot of nodding or there's a lot of where you're yelling in someone's ear and they're doing this. You're talking to their side of their face. It's not fun. So because of this, I believe it was Elvine, well-known content creator. He runs the lfblizzcon.com. So if you're looking to sell your tickets or buy BlizzCon tickets, room pairing, stuff like that, he's the guy who runs that. Remember, no scalping. He actually approached the Marriott after they redid their lobby 2 years ago and said, hey, the Hilton, the Marriott lobby, which is right across the street, has always been nothing compared to the Hilton. Everyone's at the Hilton, no one's in the Marriott lobby. People who are staying in the Marriott are in the Hilton lobby. That's how it was. Yeah. And so he went to the manager at the Marriott and something along the lines of like, there's an obnoxious DJ over there, really loud. Is your bar equipped to handle people? Manager, I guess, said okay, because for the last 2 years, that lobby, after it was renovated, not for BlizzCon, but, we can pretend, is pretty bumping, and there's no DJ. So it's loud, there's people talking in there, there's a lot of people socializing, all BlizzCon nerds, but there's no DJ. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, when you're cruising around... Cruise over from the Hilton, in between the Hilton to the Marriott, back to the Hilton. There are so many groups of people talking. Just look around. You never know. If you see someone that you recognize, streamer, Blizzard developer,
find people at the Hilton,
YouTuber,
take them outside the Hilton to talk to.
Exactly. And don't be afraid. Just these people, we're kind of hopping from like loudness to meeting people. But if you see someone that you're a fan of, don't hesitate. Just go right up to... Now, if they're clearly not looking like they want to talk, they have... read their body language. But chances are, if they're socializing... I know a lot of people say, I don't want to bother that person. They're right there talking to a whole bunch of people. They more than likely want to meet you and have you run up to them. They wouldn't be
at the Hilton if they don't want to socialize.
Antisocial people are not going to be at the Hilton or the Marriott. So if you see someone there that you're like, oh my god, I love their streams. They want to be there.
They're there. Mm-hmm.
Run up, say, hi, I'm a huge fan. They're going to say, hi, what's your name? And just talk to them. It could be Blizzard developer. It could be an esports athlete. It could be an esports commentator. YouTube, Twitch. Doesn't matter. Go up and talk, say hi, and get a picture. Say, can we get a selfie? Can we get a picture? Because if you say, "Oh, I'll wait till they're done talking," you turn around, you look back, they're gone.
You're never gonna get a chance if you do that.
They'll walk away.
You're never gonna get a chance.
You'll never get a chance. So, Wowhead Party, Calm Before the Storm, Blizz Nerds, Hilton Bar, Marriott Lobby. There's a lot going on. Now, Friday, there's usually like a Twitch or a Discord party. They're canceled this year.
They're canceled.
I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised.
Did they give a reason why?
They didn't. All I saw was Derry from Method, the general manager for Method now, or she has a new title. She just got promoted. She just said that TwitchCon was officially canceled. She heard it was officially canceled, and apparently Discord's party, which was apparently really awesome last year. I didn't go. Isn't happening.
That was our chance to shine.
That was our chance to shine, and we didn't go. And it's not happening this year. Discord, why? Why aren't you? Why Discord?
Oh no.
My heart. But so there's no parties as far as I know on the Friday or Saturday. I mean, there are.
We just have to make our own. We just have to just put out a tweet, say, "Hey guys, everybody from Discord,
we're gonna. Well, there will be a Lost Codex meetup, but according to Wowhead's website,
flash mob.
There is. Now, someone's going to go to Wowhead's Blizzcon page and say, "Jesse, it says it's a Twitch party." That's, as far as I know, outdated, because as of yesterday, Derry from Method tweeted that there was no Twitch party. And to be honest, I'm not surprised, because TwitchCon is the weekend before in San Jose. So maybe they didn't have the funds for it.
Not everybody can make it, so there's no point in throwing a party.
I mean, that's kind of silly to me, because
I know
the amount thousands of people at BlizzCon. There's going to be thousands of people who want to go to the Twitch party. There's going to be so many Twitch partners there, but what do I know? And of course, the thing I don't have on the notes here, but if you were staying Sunday, and you were staying in Anaheim, California on Sunday, and you've never been to Disneyland, that is the day to go. Why Sunday? Because that's when everyone else from BlizzCon goes. I know 4 different people who have met Mike Morheim and other Blizzard developers at Disney on the Sunday. It's almost the unofficial third day of BlizzCon to basically...
It's the after party.
It's the after party with Mickey.
At Disney.
And just seeing Horde and Alliance instead of children everywhere kind of thing. So if you're going to Disney, Sunday, I've never done it on Sunday. I'm doing it this year.
I haven't been to Disney since I was 8 years old.
We're going. I'm going. I don't know about Issei. Issei's invited.
$100 a ticket. I'll spend that much money
on trucks.
Food, but not on a ticket. No.
Issei is going to be eating 3 extremely delicious burgers for $100.
What you have to do is from the Anaheim Convention Center balcony, when that roller coaster comes into view, throw me. I'll grab on.
Just launch you on a catapult. So, guys, we got some stuff to talk about here, some specific merch.
If any devs, also developers, are listening, I would love to be invited to Disney, by the way. In the real word, invited. Not, hey, come with us, pay your own ticket.
I don't think Blizzard does that, but maybe.
Don't do that.
Because a lot of Californians have a Disney pass. So
because it's right there.
To them, they just walk in, so...
For them, it's like they go to Disney on a weekend.
Imagine being able to do that. Just like, where are you going this weekend? I'm going to go see Mickey.
I'm just going to Disney.
There's people listen to this who are like, I can do that. That's not a big deal. But for us, people who don't live near Disney, that's pretty cool.
It's the Disney in Orlando, but I'm not going all the way to Orlando.
That one's...
And it's not like the real Disney.
Well, but I'll say Disney World's better. Disneyland's the original, but Disney World has so much more.
And you know why I have to go to this Disneyland in California. Did I tell you my story?
No, tell us your story.
My Disney story. Okay, long story short, first time went to Disneyland was 8 years old because my aunt was getting married in California. So of course you take the kids to Disney. There was, I hope it's still there, a carousel. Huge carousel with the most gorgeous horses I had ever seen.
I do know the story.
Good, with the most gorgeous horses I had ever seen. And I had laid my 8-year-old eyes on this big white horse with pink hair. Gorgeous, big, curly pink hair with big roses in its mane and tail. It was right at the front, too. It was like the outer edge. And I had called dibs on it. I was like, that's the horse. That's the horse I want to ride on. And so we waited in line. Please note, I am with my twin sister.
Uh-oh.
Both 8 years old. And we called dibs on the horses we wanted. She had hers and I had mine. So we get on the carousel and she gets on the horse I had called dibs on. She gets on my dream horse.
And that is the
and
day
I had to get on the two horses
in
further in because we were with our cousins as well. So it's like 3-4 kids.
Ooh.
And the line was so big we couldn't get back on. I had vowed, like, before I die, I will get on that horse.
Confirmed. Disney, we're doing it Sunday.
Yeah. So it's like, that is like on my bucket list. I don't care if I'm 30. I don't care if I'm 45. I don't care if I'm 62. I will get on that horse. Because I'm owed that horse.
She's going to jump on and it's done. Man, broke dibs. Twin breaking dibs.
I know, my twin.
This is like a Malfurion and Illidan situation, only with a horse.
This is how it happened. This is how it happened. Somebody just broke dibs. So now you know my Disney story. Why I always
I have
look
heard that
towards
before.
to it. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you told me that, and it's just
my vengeance story.
Vengeance. One of my exciting, most favorite things about BlizzCon is the merchandise. Merch is everything to me. I love watching the Blizzard merch store open. And I know it's literally like Christmas because you're just scrolling through, but it is. Oh, I love it. I love seeing all the new things.
It's early Christmas.
I've always said, if I worked at Blizzard, I would love to work on the quest development team, or the historian team. But if I had a third choice, I would love to work in consumer products. I would love to be at the table going, all right.
I would love to as well for a different reason, and you know that reason.
Well, we're gonna get to your reason. You wrote all your reasons right here.
I did write my reason.
I would love to be at that table deciding, all right, who gets a Funko Pop, who gets a returning Reinhardt into a sweater, or returning Roadhog. I would love
a Reinhardt hoodie would be awesome.
In like his armor, that'd be dope. I'd buy 2. I don't need 2, but I'd do it. So I'm gonna just open the BlizzCon store right here.
Me too. I already have it open. It's been open.
Let me just make sure. Let me resize my page here.
Thanks.
Yes, Blizzard. Please log into your account. I knew that would happen. There we go. Logged back in. Perfect.
And the Blizzard store, the Blizzard gear store, is like that Toys R Us booklet that you get before Christmas.
It's a menu.
And you get like a pen and you circle, I want that, and I want that, and I want that. It's that same feeling.
Literally, it's a paper booklet, and it's just, you just do one of those and 3 of those.
I want this. Oh, this is so great.
Guys,
the price, like, not having it, but I'd love to have it.
There's so many things. I'm going to just scroll through here. Pins, again. So Blizzard has pin series. This is series 5. This is the 5th year they're doing pins. Holy crap. When you open the pins, inside the pins, it's a blind pack. And so on screen, I hope it's showing. Oh, no, of course it's not. So on screen here, we've got a whole bunch of stuff here. So this year's pins, we've got Sourfang, we've got the Crusader from Diablo, we've got Nova, McCree, Diva, Zarya. Is that Artanis? I can't tell. Someone's gonna get mad at me. So. I'm sorry. Reaper, New Jaina, and oh my god, what's her name?
Zarya.
No, the girl from Hearthstone.
Oh, the little girl?
Yeah.
Oh, what's her name?
Little girl Hearthstone. I'm googling.
I just always called her the little girl from Hearthstone.
She has a name.
I know. Arya?
No.
Ava?
Ava!
It is Ava!
Is
I
it?
got it right! Yes, it's Ava.
It is.
Hi, Mimi. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay.
Ava holding the Hearthstone board.
It is Ava.
Which is, everyone in Twitch chat is like, it's this! I'm not even reading chat. Like, no. I'll learn it on my own. So you got the BlizzCon goodie bag, you got the blind pins. Last year, right here, guys, we have the backpack that you got from BlizzCon, which is probably one of the best goodie bags I've ever done. I I've talked
Honestly,
about
for $20, it's a good investment.
It is.
It's great because it's tough too. It's a tough backpack. I took it to work every day since we came back from BlizzCon, and it's still in one piece. It's a tough thing.
If you have the badges from last year, every time you visited like an advertisement booth or a sponsor, they gave you a little Velcro badge to put. Mm-hmm. And this year they're continuing. They have a second series of the badges. They actually have a BlizzCon Velcro hat to continue that, which is
the thing is, like, I still have all the badges from last year, and there's not enough room.
That's the problem. So you need to buy.
You might need a second backpack just for this set of pins.
Wear it on your front backpack, chest pack. Mm-hmm. They have the key art T-shirt. People will note that the key art has a little bit of a little empty spot on the key art. I'm just saying it looks a little bit empty. A
little empty there, yeah.
What does that mean?
I wonder why.
Blizzard. Same with the gaming mat, though. I suppose if they sell the gaming mat,
I know.
Ahead of time, then they can't really. That's gonna spoil what's gonna be on. What's gonna be on whatever the announcement is. I'm expecting a Diablo announcement, guys, as we all are. We have Diablo shirts, obviously. This is anything spoiler. Selling Diablo shirts at BlizzCon, that's a thing. All of the old Blizzard books have been reprinted. It's called Blizzard Legends, and it's now they have the publishing rights to these books. I remember when I got to meet Christy Golden 3 years ago. She was in the elevator. She gets in the elevator with us, and my buddies don't recognize her, and we're standing there just in silence, and I say out loud, I'm like, so can we expect any new WoW books this year? And this was before they announced Battle for Azeroth. She slowly turns around. She's like, no, but there is... This was obviously before the storm. She goes, they are reprinting the books. And I was like, oh, why? And then she told me that apparently Blizzard didn't have the printing rights to their old books. I didn't fully understand. But that's good. So now a lot of the like Lord of the Clans and the old Diablo books, they're now being reprinted by Blizzard. So get your hands on these. These are they're being premiered at BlizzCon, but they're going to be on the store later. This is one of my favorite items, and I'm still debating on buying it. It is the Art of Hearthstone, but the limited edition. And the only reason I like it, I mean, aside from art being awesome, is the case. The Hearthstone case. I know you don't care for the case.
I know. I wouldn't buy it just to get a bit of more casing to it. That's the thing.
For me, it's
it's $100.
It's the immersiveness of Hearthstone. I love that it opens. I love how there's a little leather.
I mean, yeah, it's great. It's cool, I guess.
It fits my aesthetic for the Lost Codex. You know, this sort of magical.
I guess I understand, because for me, it's
don't
more the
ruin my fun, Isei.
No fun allowed.
You're a fun ruiner. You sound like Blizzard now.
No, I mean, for you, as a collectible, I completely understand. It kind of fits your, theme, your aesthetic. For me, as another artist, when I need a reference, I need to open that book and get to that reference immediately. Having to, open it up, get the book, and then putting it all back. Yeah, that's just like, I know, but that's just too much. Not for $100 though. It's the book itself, $45. The limited edition, $100. Like, I'm not paying almost double that just for the extra casing. When what I really want is the artwork.
I'm doing it. I want the artwork and the leather casing and the book. So I'll pay. I'll buy two.
Too much.
That's too much. Two is too much. But for $100, because they have the Hearthstone.
It's $100.
There's a box that Blizzard sells in the Blizzard store, and it's $300. And it's the Hearthstone box that opens. That's all it is. It's just a storage box for $300. And I looked at it going, that's amazing, but I can't pay $300. But I can.
You'll pay $100, but that's your limit, $300.
But it comes with an art book, so to me that's only $50 that I got to pay for, right? That's my logic. There is a whole bunch of Overwatch stuff here. We have bedsheet. Now let's Overwatch bedsheets.
Controversial bedsheet.
Isei was so excited about the bedsheets until I shattered her dreams. Let's open the bedsheet, shall we? Blizzard, if you're listening to this, who buys... Okay, it comes with one flat sheet, one fitted sheet, and one pillowcase? I'm happy there's crickets in the background, because that's perfect timing. Look at the picture. That's not one pillowcase. Now you could say, Jesse, go to the next picture. Yeah. All right, there's 2 right there. What about the next picture? Oh, there's 1. By the way, you really like that comforter on the front page? That's not included.
It's not. So it's like, is this a sold separately thing? And if it is, why is it not in the store? Is it just not going to be available until BlizzCon?
Which they do.
One pillowcase is crazy. I guess design-wise, you can offset by buying a black pillowcase on your own, and it kind of will fit the theme.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, the picture shows 2 pillowcases. It shows 2 pillows.
This is the controversy of the year, guys.
And it's for a twin bed, huh?
But you can buy a full bed. The cost goes from $35 to $40.
That's probably fine. For $5, it's perfectly fine.
That's fine.
But what's a full bed? What's the sizing of a full bed?
Right? I don't know what that means. So I'm thinking that they're gonna sell the comforter separately with the option to buy separate pillowcases, which is okay, fine. You know, add-ons. That's the thing. I get it. All the stuff that's on the store right now for the BlizzCon pre-sale, that's not all the stuff going on. Obviously, they're going to have stuff for the secret announcements they can't show yet. But there's always special items they have only at the con that they put later after the con. There's a picture online that they use, I wish I had it ready, but I don't want to dig for it, that they use to advertise for the Blizzard pre-sale. Mm-hmm. And it's 3 people sitting on a set with all the Blizzard merch around them, BlizzCon merch. But if you look at the pieces around them, there's things that aren't on the store. And there's one, it's not this, but anyone who plays Overwatch, if you play Reinhardt, you know his spray, it's the Stein. It's the Reinhardt Stein. That's on the shelf in the background. Not this, but it's like this, big lion face. Mm-hmm. And it's on the back shelf in the picture. So if they sell a Reinhardt Stein at BlizzCon, praise Thrall. Jesus, I'm getting it. I'm doing it.
Yes. And here's where Jesse and I kind of separate on merchandise. A lot of people are going to be more with Jesse in the sense that they'll collect collectibles, limited edition items, the figurines, the statuettes, the Funko Pops, whereas I am a bigger fan of practical gifts.
I like practical too. I just wasn't going to steal your thunder because you have a list here. And I was building to the list.
Okay.
Isei has a full list. Let's start with the apron. There's no apron this year, but the apron.
I have the apron. Do you guys want to see the apron?
The apron is actually how Isei and I first met. When I first commissioned her back in the day.
The butcher apron.
This was part of the commission price. I had to buy her the apron from Diablo, from BlizzCon.
I love this apron. I don't know if you can see how dirty it is because I use it like almost every day. Every time I cook, I use this apron. I love it.
She's like, I said, what do you want for the commission? And she's like, buy me the Diablo apron. I was like, a BlizzCon badge for the Diablo apron? I'm like, can I buy you 4 Diablo aprons? She's like, no, just 1. I was like, okay. And that was Isei, and I sent her that, and she still uses it. Practicality. Isei, take us away with you have a whole list here.
Practical merchandise, anywhere from aprons, bed sheet as well would fall under that category because it's something you're going to use practically daily. Backpacks as well. They do have a wide variety of backpacks, and I think the Hearthstone backpack is the one I have my eyes set on because it is gorgeous, and I can use it. It's cute. It's not very, oh my god, I don't know how to say it in English, but loud.
Are you talking the adventurer one?
Yes, the adventure backpack
I'm gonna bring up a picture here. Keep talking.
Thank you. It's not very loud. It's not too colorful. Which again, you can mix and match it with your everyday wear. Coats, another great thing. A lot of their coats are very good quality. I still have my Overwatch bomber jacket. Awesome. And you can mix and match it, and it'll go great with your everyday wear. Wallets as well. I'm a little bit more picky with my wallets. Have not seen a wallet from the BlizzCon item store that I really kind of fell in love with, so I'm more picky in that sense. The messenger bag, the Overwatch messenger bag, I'm kind of side-eyeing that as well because I can use that every day. And it looks, adult in that sense. You could probably take it to work and it looks professional. And art books as well, because again, as an artist, I like having my references with me.
Bringing
Are you gonna bring up all the pictures?
I'm trying. It's too much to bring up the old BlizzCon stuff. So unfortunately, not a lot of the stuff.
I would say if I had to suggest anything for BlizzCon merch or BlizzCon items, we have plenty of backpacks, but I don't see a lot of purses. I like purses. I don't wear them too often, but sometimes an outfit can really bling with a purse. I don't see purses. Pet items. Get on that market, please. Blizzard, get on the pet item market. Collars, tags,
leashes,
harnesses, leashes, bowls, Horde or Alliance themed pet bowls for dogs and cats.
If not seeing that at BlizzCon, I'd like to see that on the Blizzard store as an option.
Yeah.
Blizzard has really opened up what kind of
dog
merchandise
toys
they carry.
as well.
They got plushies, maybe not intended for dogs, but
I know, but you're not gonna spend $30 or $35 on a plushie and then give it to your dog.
On a
Especially
Murloc,
my beast over here, nothing survives. It's just fluffy carnage at the end of the day.
Right.
So
I would love, Blizzard. You mentioned purses, and I know Blizzard has really tapped into like merchandise targeted towards females, both in shirts, shawls, stuff like that.
That's not.
It's a start. Like people have said, Blizzard, where's our female merch? And then the next wave of merch, they're like, here's a lot, and you're like, this is good. So
that's the thing, but like, I see way more backpacks. But again, it's more gender neutral in that sense.
Right.
But I would like also something a little bit more geared
more
towards,
purses.
Like,
so I think give it time.
Jewelry?
They definitely will. Jewelry.
They do have that Jaina pendant.
They do.
Awesome. I'm also looking at it. Awesome Jaina pendant. You can wear it. It's a very nautical theme, so you can in California or on the East Coast, you can kind of go with that.
If you're just
but
a fan.
That's good. It's a good start. More of that. Like maybe little like hanging earrings that Horde and Alliance themed or something like that.
I'm a sucker for rings. Bring some rings in.
Bracelets.
Just full armor. Just sell me Anduin's armor, Blizzard. I'll buy it.
And not to say you cannot find these items elsewhere. There's Etsy stores. Somebody who makes custom jewelry can make one for you. But it'd be nice to continually support Blizzard. Keep throwing money at them. Also, for me, my wish list, a cooking set. Pots, pans, grills. I would love to have that.
I would never see that at BlizzCon.
I know.
But because, carrying...
That's just me.
Carrying pots home would be awful, but seeing, like, dwarven-themed pots or, like, or Overwatch-themed cookware, that'd be dope. Mm-hmm. I'd have that in my kitchen.
That'd be
fun. So
plates, utensils.
Racial plates. Blood elves, just golden gold.
Maybe like a good steak knife, like a good Horde steak knife, and just like that's when that prime rib comes out. You need your special steak knife.
It's just a spike. That's all it is. It's just a solid spike.
just a horn with a sharp edge. That's it.
That's it. Guys, we're gonna quickly move over to other merchandise. Lost Codex merchandise. So if you guys are going to BlizzCon 2018 in person, Lost Codex is going to have its official merchandise. Now, I know you're saying, Jesse, you're already wearing official Lost Codex merchandise. In case you haven't seen the shirt, this one right here. This was last year's exclusive shirt that we didn't open up to the public because I didn't know how shipping or printing worked. Here we go indeed with the merchandise. So, this year's shirt was commissioned by Isei herself. Or rather, the work was done by Isei. Now, we have put out the form. So if you're listening to this, and it's Tuesday, you still have time to pre-order.
And it is actually one of the reasons I didn't do as many of the coffee sketches and commissions for this month and last month as well, because my time was devoted towards these shirts. I couldn't say anything because we can't reveal these shirts until now. But if anyone who's listening is like, well, Isei's not doing anything. On the contrary, I was doing a lot.
She was doing.
Didn't see it.
I'm going to show you right now. Issei wasn't doing anything. I will fight anyone who says that. So if you're listening and it's Tuesday, October 16th, you still have time to order a shirt. Probably. If it's Wednesday, and you're going to BlizzCon, you haven't ordered one, there will be shirts available to purchase, just no pre-order, because we have to get this going soon. Yeah. What if you're not going to BlizzCon? Well, that sucks. You can't get a shirt. No, I'm kidding. You can actually get shirts after BlizzCon. We'll be uploading them to an Amazon store, and I'm pretty sure Amazon shipping is free on merchandise shirts.
I think so.
So, yeah, that's going to be a thing. So, thumbs up for that. Yeah. Now, one of the cool things about... I'm going to show you the front of the shirt first.
Yeah.
So, let's turn on... Oh, that's not the right shirt design. That is an Angry Murloc. So, the front
Surprise!
of the shirt... This is the shirt.
Angry Murloc shirt.
So, here is... Not at all present. Where is it? Oh, wow, it is mind-blowingly huge. Hang on, we gotta resize.
That's what she said.
Yeah, this is
hey.
Decoded After Dark. Holy moly.
Decoded After Dark.
Transform. Fit to screen. There we go. So this is the Lost Codex official artwork for this year's shirt. And we've got Zandalari ship on the left-hand side, Kultira ship on the right-hand side, clashing with the Codex in the middle, amazing little like science magical sketches on the side, and of course the holocore itself glowing. And this is going to be on the front, so you're going to wear this across your chest. Now, last year, you may have seen the shirt design I've shown last year. There's a little book, little closed book. Ava Hearthstone, right? Emote preview. There it is. So there's a little book on the back of this shirt, and I thought, okay, what do we need something for a back design for this shirt? I love back designs, and I thought, what about like an official Blizzard, like when you buy a Blizzard shirt, like World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth, it'll be the title plate for World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth, and I thought, I want that. Do I choose Kultiras? Do I choose Zandalar? What do I do? Well, Isei has done 2 designs, so now when you order your shirt, you get to choose Horde or Alliance. The option is get both, obviously. And this is the Zandalari theme. So this is going to be across your back, across your shoulders. We have so many different cool elements. We have a Bwansamdi little urn down here. We have the golden mask. We have a the little Loa thing. I love the troll. I don't know. We call them voodoo sticks that they wear on their backs over here. We've got plants. We've got fire.
I see that a lot.
You see it on Bwansamdi. You see it on a lot of like troll artwork. We have like the golden letters, but like hand painted style with like the Aztec feel. Oh, so good. And of course, our favorite island nation.
I like how you have it like floating around.
Kultiras.
Oh my god, I can make designs for just the Lost Codex stuff. Put it on our faces.
Yes, sticker across my whole face. We have the spyglass, we've got candles, we've got the Kraken elements, lantern, or the Proudmoore banner down below, books, more softer, but the right colors for Kultiras. So guys, you get to choose Horde or Alliance, or both, across your backs. And I love the music that's playing. This is perfect. Kultira's music. I'm just gonna bring it back on. The perfect timing. You say just bob your head like you're listening to a tune. Just pretend. Yeah, see, there we go.
I can't hear.
It's the Kultira's awesome music. So we're bringing those. Those are going to be on sale for $25. If you see me and you're like, dude, I want to buy a shirt. I probably don't have one on. I mean, I'll be wearing a shirt. You can't have that one. Well, maybe. Make an offer. We'll see. But if you want to buy a shirt off me...
barter for it.
We'll work something out. We'll be shipping out those who want, or ordering those who want the pre-orders ahead after the con, so you will be able to get it. But stay tuned for after-con stuff, for shirts and stuff like that. Now, there's another piece of merchandise we have that I've been... Spalander in Twitch chat has been vaguely mentioning merch every now and then in the last couple of podcasts, and I keep looking down at something that's right here in front of my microphone. And I'm the shirts, I haven't seen them in person. Oh, by the way, The shirts are a heather gray material, this very soft material.
It's super soft.
It is made of angel faces or something. It's so soft.
You were so close, Jesse.
I was so close.
Make it creepy.
Whatever. It is. It is so soft. So if you're wondering what kind of material it is, it's a mixture of polyester and cotton. I believe it's a 90-10% blend.
And if you do buy the shirts and you want them autographed, we will be happy to do that. But I guess you just can't wash them afterwards.
Ever. That'll get stinky, gross. Let's stop derailing. We have another piece of merchandise here. I talked about pins. Pins are a big deal, right? Pins are... People like collecting pins. So we are bringing... Last year, Quell Fabulous did a book design. I will show that on screen right now. This book design is on the back of the last year's shirt. It's a closed codex. We decided to turn that into a pin.
And I'm always like a one behind Quell Fabulous, so I guess next year is going to be my turn to make pins.
You got to make a pin next year. Isei pins confirmed for 2019. So here, let's go. I'm going to go to the single cam overlay. So Isei is going to be a floating voice just for a second, because we're going to make my face. Oh, my face is huge.
Disembodied voice.
This is... I'm trying to get a good angle here. Punch my microphone. Good job, Jesse. We are selling little codex books on sale.
Really cute.
And they're heavy too. They are. I mean, it's a pin, right? But it's metal.
It's not like the cheap aluminum pin.
No, it's not like a just a sticker. It's a. I'm trying to partially cover my light because it's so reflective. So you've got the holocore up front. Chrome. You've got the little bookmark. And then on the back, oh yeah, it's stamped. Focus camera. No, I apologize anyone who's listening to this as the podcast is like, I can't see anything. It says, the Lost Codex, BlizzCon 2018. So, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. This, if you're a collector of pins, this is the first of the Lost Codex pins. We have so many ideas for pins that we want to put out there. Yeah. And of course we had to decide one. My idea was like, let's do 2 pins, and Zillions is like, let's calm down. Let's do a shirt. Let's get 1 pin. I was like, why not 3 pins? And anyone who goes,
and he does need to be calmed down, because I was supposed to do just 1 piece of artwork for the T-shirt, just 1. I ended up with 3.
3 designs, but like
3 designs.
How amazing are they? You get to choose.
My heart and soul.
Declare. Seriously though, for those who follow Isei-Silva on Tumblr and have been wondering, hey, why have you not been doing your art? Isei has actually been breaking her arm and hand and wrist to make these designs. And actually, we learned a lot. I just realized Isei.
We did. It was my first time designing shirts, so I learned a lot about how it interprets on a real life.
Because you're no stranger to doing awesome art. You've been doing awesome art for a million years, but seeing it on clothing is different. And actually, shout out to our brand manager Zillions, because she stepped in and went, "All right."
She helped me so much.
Here's a million changes, and I was like, after I had already said, "Oh, let's change a million things," and I was like looking in, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And we like. Isei and I pulled up a magnifying glass. We're like, oh yeah, that's a thing. That's definitely. And I said to her after and privately, I said, how, like, do you know, like, do you print shirts for a living? And I don't know. For those who don't know, Zillions has worked as Final Boss TV's brand manager, and many of his T-shirts that have been done by Fabelina and other well-known artists, she's worked with them to get those expertly positioned on the shirts, and you see everything.
One day I'll be as good as her, especially with T-shirts.
I mean, the bar has been set right now with this year's 2018 Lost Codex design. I'm just saying, people are going to say...
but now I know what to do. At least this time it took forever because I was hitting walls. I had no idea how to interpret this into a T-shirt. Now I know what to do. Now it's like, okay, next T-shirt design, bam, bam, bam.
2019 is gonna be. We're gonna have 30 pins next year.
I'm still saying, like, we should have, like, underwear merch.
Lost Codex. I've been saying. Isei said it before the show. Lost Codex lingerie. Like it's
lingerie.
Happening.
You got the bras with the two.
With the two
codex.
with the two
two glows.
Guys, there is a little bit more merch. Nothing as big as the shirts or the pins. We are bringing stickers, and we've got these cool little. I'm gonna show them off. These cool little charms that were actually made by Zillion's sister, Liz. Thank you, Liz. These guys,
thank you, Liz.
Right here. Alt-tabbing.
I want one.
And she's making a whole bunch of these for Blizzcon. They're gonna have different codex symbols. So there's Quell's book. There's a globe. We're gonna have ones with the emojis in them. And these are gonna be just put on your keychain, put on a necklace. We're getting official stickers made that are gonna be like this. The backing of the sticker is actually like officially Lost Codex branded. Like it's getting official. Can I put that on a chain?
Oh, that's
hell
so
yeah,
cool.
You can, Spillander. Yes, you can.
I wonder if we can do like little like charms for like necklaces.
Yeah, like custom.
Little...
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
We are.
But
this
we're
is
opening
how
up a
genius
store.
Happens.
Right? Exactly. Live on camera, guys. So we're gonna bring the podcast to a close. Episode
already
26. We're 2 hours in. Episode 26, guys. This has been your build up, your hype for BlizzCon. Next week is more BlizzCon. Next week is going to feature Jeff, maybe Jay the Bard, and myself, and we're going to be talking about our predictions. We're going to look at the schedule for BlizzCon. We're going to break it down. We're going to see what's going to happen.
They're going to go Nostradamus on.
We're doing it. If you guys are going to BlizzCon in person, I will be there. Issei's going to be there. Jeffrey's going to be there. Zillions is going to be there. Quell Fabulous is going to be there. Everyone from the Discord. Everyone. Like 6 people from the Discord are going to be there.
That is everyone.
That's everyone. We're going to have... you want to meet Final Boss TV? Sure, he's going to be there. Taliesin and Evitel are going to be there. Other YouTubers that are going. Mr. GM is going. Pyromancer's going. The Method Crew. Obviously the whole Wowhead crew.
So many people that like I want to meet.
Everyone that you've ever wanted to meet is going to BlizzCon. Everyone.
You guys know where to find me. Check the food trucks first.
Yeah, literally look for the girl by the food trucks wearing Lost Codex. Probably gonna be Issei. Just saying.
Probably gonna be me.
So guys, if you're going, reach out, join the Discord, join the BlizzCon 2018 channel, and keep in contact. Message us on Twitter. Just send a tweet at us. We're going to be tweeting, letting people know where we are. I want to do a stream or two at BlizzCon.
That'd be fun.
Before and after. Stream. I think it would be really cool. Find one of the couches in the upper...
what are you eating today?
We'll do live vlogs of Issei standing in line. And it's going to be so much fun. If you're going to BlizzCon, let me know. If you're not going to BlizzCon, enjoy the virtual ticket, guys. And really, seriously, think about going to BlizzCon one day. Next year, I'm just saying, 15-year anniversary for WoW.
It's going to be big. There's got to be something special.
Next year is the WoW expansion. I mean, 15-year and the next WoW expansion, that's a big year. My fingers are steepled right now, and that's a big sign. All right, guys, we're going to bring this podcast to a close. Issei, thank you for joining. Thank you for the merchandise.
Finally.
And if you want to wear Issei on your chest, physically get a tattoo of her face, you can, or you can buy our shirts at BlizzCon and then get her to sign it and get her to draw her face and then never wash the shirt and then it'll smell.
I could just put paint on my face and just like...
That's amazing. That's not practical, but that's, we're getting there. We'll think of something. Guys, thank you so much for listening to episode 26, and we'll see you next week for episode 27 of BlizzCon Part 2. Bye, guys.